Everyone, haven't had like a video for like the last year, I think. Just wanted to share with you a commission work. It's really large. It's a technically this is like about 12 and a half by 12 and a half cover, but the rest of the inserts is like kind of like 12 by 12. We got two books of those, and yeah, this is the front cover. So the theme of this is kind of a galaxy like theme, and color wise, it's kind of like a aquamarine navy, and a little bit of tinge of purples, but and a lot of like black and white. And essentially, it's that's a theme of and the color that it goes for. There are like things that kind of like splash of other colors as well, but they are not very prominent. So this is the front page, and what she requested for was like a place where you can put three photos right in the front. From the side, it's really large. So this is the spine, and get a nice book plate, and the back. Essentially, just a nice like dark blue pattern paper. So one of the things that happened while I was making the mini album was that I realized I cut it slightly too short. So some parts of like the signatures was showing out. So how I did that to add like additional aesthetic and also functional way to close the book was I had a additional like a half an inch of chipboard, which I pasted some nice pattern paper over, and this is a nice Tim Holtz die cut. And what I created was this nice kind of like a gate look onto things. Okay, so moving along. So the way that the book works quite similar between the two books, which I'll show the other book later. But essentially, it's places where you can put a lot of photos, and the idea is that really all of these is just to be places to house where a lot of photos will be. So the first page actually has a place that pulls out and place of photos here and here as well. But you can kind of put photos even at a pen and paper side and use the blank places to do writing. So you can kind of do it however you want. And places for photo right here. And inside it's like it opens up into a big flap. So the top and the bottom are similar as well, just slightly different sizes. But the idea is that it creates a place for which photos and journaling can go on to. And each of these actually opens up to have a pocket that also has the same thing. So basically lots of opportunities for photos in this album. I think she wants to be able to put in like about 100, which I'm quite sure this book readily is able to do. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this because it's really hard to kind of move the paper in and out. So here we are on the left side. So the top and the bottom are just kind of like reflection of each other, but the idea is really the same. It pulls out to have this booklet that has pages for photos on those places. At the same time, in each of this tuck spot on the top, there is these file folders from I can't remember, Seven Gypsies, I think, in which you can put in more photos. Here, this place opens up to also create more opportunities for photos, and includes a booklet inside as well that also has even more opportunities for putting photos. So she can put way over 100 in this book. Okay, so here both sides are kind of like a mirror of each other with some amount of like symmetrical rotation symmetry, and really just like a booklet for putting more photos inside. So I'm just going to show one side because essentially it's the same. And here is a kind of like a flap. There's a magnet on this side to kind of keep this book closed, so it's easy for the whole book to close. And the idea is that there are places for photos and journaling here as well. So there's lots of opportunities for putting photos. The other side is essentially the same, just on a different side. Here is once again that same kind of booklet arrangement. And here is a nice place where I put a magnet. And here there's magnetic closures. Oops. That you can put photos. Oh, let me shift that. I apologize. No one's seeing anything. Ooh. this is such a big album. But I can't put my camera far enough, so this is how it's gonna be. But okay, so there's a place that opens up to have photos and journaling right here. And this opens up as well to have another place for photos. And here has two nice tags. It has two kind of like a night sky stamp on the tags, and these are places for journaling and photos as well. The large space behind here, great place for photos. Whoop. Okay, so this is the kind of like a gate that is kept shut by this like mechanism, and places for photos and journaling as well, and same inside here too. Opens up to have more places for journaling and photos. I've kept kind of like the pattern paper mostly quite simple because I imagine that once the photos are involved in the process of putting inside the book, it will kind of make much more sense, and the pages look much fuller by that time. So I try not to over embellish it because at the risk of like once the photos come in, just be really jarring and taking away the focus from the photos. Yep. Here is a booklet that basically has more places of photos, and this opens up to two flaps. Two booklets that can be used for putting photos. Here behind here, I just tucked two little nice note cards, cut apart from the paper, and then places for journaling and photos here as well. Finally, this is the last signature. This is a nice waterfall. So basically you have this. Whee! And this you can even flip behind to put another big photograph if you want, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. But this is like a great place for putting a lot of photographs. And what I did with the decoration, I'm just literally putting some like nice gold foiling stickers. And then places for like where I put these numbers and this star embellishments. And these are actually popped out. I'm not quite sure whether the camera's going to pick that up, but that's essentially what it is. And this is the last two pages. Very simple book, and then really the idea is that is to be able to house a lot of photos. Each of this is actually a flap that opens, and it has a paper clip that keeps it in place. And then there's four of these, and this is like a nice button medallion that I've stuck onto the center. And finally, the last one is really a place where it opens up to have like this kind of like a accordion file folder sort of arrangement, and it's held down by a magnet. And really the idea is that this creates more opportunities of putting more photographs. Finally, in each of the signatures, I'm not going to take out everything, but essentially they're the same. This 11.5 by 11.5 back to put in even more photos. So this is the first book. So the theme of this one, as you can tell, in terms of its design, is just geared towards kind of like a Star Night sort of theme. And then it's the same for every single signature. To have like this 11.5 by 11.5 pullouts. Okay. So this is the first book. Okay, let me move on and look at the other one. Here we are. Okay, so the other one is kind of like a vintage green sort of look. And specifically, she was saying like something that's masculine, this is meant for the dude, and green. So here we are. I've interestingly, one of the papers that she requested for me to use was actually kind of Christmas line, but she didn't want it to be Christmassy, I suppose. So I had to also get some more papers that were from Base Coat from Kaiser Craft, that also had like similar tones of green, and that added into like kind of like the full book. So this is how the book looks like. Same thing, 3 photos in front. And then here's the inside. Same thing as well. 2 places for photos, right here and the cover. Oh, so heavy. And here is that similar thing as the other book, where I have like a 7 gypsies pull-out. And this pulls up to have places for photos and journaling. Once again, similar top part. The one that's slightly different is the bottom. I'm going to try and shift up to see. So this actually opens up to have places for photos and journaling, as well as small little tabs for photos and journaling as well. Otherwise, the book is similar in that it has the same opportunities for photos in this one. Okay. Similarly, this is almost in the same kind of like layout, and places for journaling and photos behind there. Here, similar as well. Pull out with a booklet that opens to have places for photos and journaling. Apart from a lot of sniffing, I'm having a slight amount of like I think allergic rhinitis. So this is slightly similar, except the other one is actually from the side, but this is from the top. So both this side actually kind of mirror each other in terms of design. Same idea, pull out to have like a nice booklet that has places for photos and journaling. So lots of places for photos and journaling right here. One of the things that I kind of kept consistent is really this idea of like this gold foiling stickers, which are really cool. And this opens up. Whoop. We have places for photos and journaling. This can be pulled out, and it's actually a booklet that can have more opportunities for photos and journaling as well. This is similar to the other book's design, and this is similar as well. So the idea of using this as a mechanism, I wanted to show you guys is that this vintage key that I've stuck down here on this Tim Holtz die cut of the frame, and I use it kind of as a way to kind of like pull the attention away from the book, such that when pictures are put here, you kind of focus in on it. Here as well, side pockets for photos. And here similarly, same design. It's really like a place for photos and journaling. With two pockets that have the booklet for photos and journaling. Really simple design. But one of the things that's once again you have to realize is really a lot of stickers that have this really nice gold foiling. It really helps to accentuate the sort of design. Same thing. Whee! And finally, this one is also similar, but instead of using paper clips, these are just closed by magnets. But these are places for photos and journaling here as well. So there's 4 of these. And finally, this one is also slightly different. So this is actually a place in which I have this thing that you can use to open up. Similarly, it has an accordion kind of like pocket to put more like photos. And then finally here, there for this particular one, I actually have an additional kind of like a side pocket that I can pull out for put more photos and journaling behind here. Okay, so this is the book. One of the cool things, oh, and then they have like the same sort of side pocket things that for each of the signature actually has a like 11.5 by 11.5 pull out, which can be used for putting more journaling and more photos. Okay, one of the things that both of the book has, I'm not quite sure whether you notice, is actually they have this really nice book corners, and this really helps to give it a more professional finish. Same thing, there is a book plate here in which the title can be written here as well. Okay, so that's all for the sharing of the 2 very, very large albums. They're not technically major, just big. And thank you guys for watching. I will see whether I can post more consistently in this year. The past couple of years has just been really crazy. But now that I've kind of switched jobs back into what I used to be doing, hopefully that it's not quite the same thing. I'm doing quite a different portfolio anyway. But now that I switched my day job to be a little bit more, I can plan around this a little bit better, I think. Hopefully that gives me more time to do this other stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!